Now they have Deshaun Watson and a presumably healthy J.J. Watt. How much higher does their ceiling go?
It's high. Listen, it's kind of a weird thing because J.J. Watt is somehow the forgotten player in the NFL. We haven't talked about him because he's been injured, but go back a year, he's the face of the league in a lot of ways. Yeah. And he comes off that big season where the Texans were on Hard Knocks and he was a one-man star and he's flipping tires and he's rapping into the fisheye camera. He was massive, and it all worked because he would do this. Ask Drew Brees about J.J. Watt. Ask any of those quarterbacks. He gets hurt, and it's all of a sudden, we talk, even when we talk about the Texans in the offseason, which we have a lot, we don't talk about J.J. Watt. It's always Brock Osweiler and it was Tony Romo. No, this guy from top to bottom was the best football player at any position in the NFL, and he is back.
Everything the Patriots did last year, and we don't mention the fact that Gronk wasn't there, sort of similarly, and these are two huge impact players.
Well, Kay, in both instances, the teams did just fine without them, which is an odd thing when you talk about, these stars of the league and how this league works. It's almost like the show goes on. This was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
Just him and Lawrence Taylor, the only guys to do it. He goes down with an injury. Clowney steps up, Merciless steps up, they all step up, and the defense is #1 ranked in the league, and they gave the Patriots all they could handle up there in Foxborough before Osweiler starts throwing these picks.
#1 total defense without J.J. Watt.
Without J.J. Watt.
Peter, I think that they win that game in Foxborough if J.J. Watt's there. I do.
I don't know. The quarterback play was horrendous.
If J.J. Watt was himself and healthy, I think they would have beaten the Patriots in that game.
I
generally
agree.
do. We'll never know.
They lost by like 27 points.
You got to think about
the game got away. It didn't lose by 27 points.
Traeger's right. The quarterback play was terrible, so it's kind of hard to battle back.
Brady's too.
Against Brady and then against your own quarterback who's throwing interceptions. But when a guy isn't on the field, it's about what are you missing? And for people that think about J.J. Watt, just having him on the field is great. No, let's break down what you were actually missing. That's why I love that board that we put up. The averages that he has per year, 15 sacks. That's average. And on a good year, on a great year, he's getting into the 20s. And then tackles for loss, he had 26. That means you're starting teams off in the backfield. It's 3rd and 15. It's 2nd and 12. Like, this changes the complexions of games. And then the most alarming stat that jumps off the board that you won't get when J.J. Watt is put on the sideline, it's 42 QB hits. You're talking about rattling QBs. And the only thing that would make me think that the Patriots would have a tougher time against these guys if Watt was there is because he'd be hitting Brady. You might not necessarily sack him all the time because Brady get rid of the ball, but after you're getting hit over and over and over again, you're going to have to get back up and look at J.J. Watt with that high engine and that athletic ability and that weight and strength pounding you into the ground. That changes the way quarterbacks throw 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, and on.
What is that? What about that stat with Good Morning Football mentions of J.J. Watt? Do you think that, how does he approach that? Does that bother him a little bit that we didn't mention him? Does it bother him that they won the division 2 years in a row and 1 year without him, that they had the #1 total defense without him? Does a little bit of that irk at him just a little bit? Because, I mean, over the weekend and for a great cause, look at how many people showed up. What it must have felt like to be like, I'm back, baby, right?
My perception of J.J. Watt when he first got in the league was a guy that was hungry on the field, but equally as hungry for the fame, the glitz, the camera, and all the lights.
Snapchats
But when he hit the sideline last year, I think he did a great thing. He sat back behind the scenes and he let the team take the forefront. He could have easily stole the headlines every single week. He could have updated us on what he's doing in rehab. He could have told people, I'll be back next season. But he kept quiet. He hushed his mouth and said, you know what? It's not about me. I'm not going to talk until I get back on the field. He's a different guy. And I'm talking about the words that are coming out of his mouth, all the attention that he's willing to get. Because J.J. Watt is a guy that you can have a 24/7 camera on and people are going to tune in. Yeah. He's taking a back seat to his team, and rightfully so. I love the fact that he wants to get back on the field and prove to everybody, I'm the reason why you should pay attention to the squad. But he's not talking it. He wants to go out there and do it.